Last but not least, we have our own Chairman of Buncombe County, Tim Johnson.
Let's give Dwayne a round of applause, please. Secretary is here, who handles all our money. I control no money. She controls I say that to those that have been around and know some things that happen, I think it's important to know that our money is controlled. She will not give out a cent unless she has paperwork. So everybody needs to know that whatever you give to the county party is truly appreciated. And we do honor your contributions. First, giving honor to God, I want to thank Him for the opportunity once again to be here before you all, to share some things with you, to give you some information, and then hopefully see us continue to do the things that we need to do as a Republican Party, not only here in Buncombe County, but throughout the state of North Carolina and, of course, throughout the country. For many of you, if you don't know, I was elected the Vice Chairman, the State Vice Chairman, June 13th, so give yourselves a round of applause for that. History was made, and it's such an honor to be part of the history-making opportunity that happened because of a lot of you who not only were there at the convention, whether you supported me or not, but more important, just to continue to pray and want the best for our party. We have a lot of different opportunities before us, not only here in Buncombe County, and believe it or not, Buncombe County is much more of a flagship than people recognize around this state. Over the last 6 weeks, or 5.5 weeks, if you will, that my wife and I have had an opportunity to travel across the state of North Carolina. And we have put in 3,700 miles across the state of North Carolina. Our latest trip was in Wilmington this past Tuesday, returning on Wednesday. So that lets you know that we've been to Dare County. Anybody know about Nag's Head other than Rick Jenkins? That's on the coast. We were there in Watauga County. We were in, I was in Warren County. So I say all that to say that I didn't take this election as something to just say to put on my resume. This was something that I have a real commitment for and a real passion about. And I want to start off that conversation with, because I think that's really important. As we talk about this event today and the things that have happened in the past, but more important, what we're going to do in the future, we really have to start being the party of the vision for the future. One of the things that I put out on the Twitter and on blog is that we don't need more change or hope, we need results. And that's one of the things that we as Republicans have an opportunity to start demanding. We want results. One of the questions that's constantly asked of the president now is, what happened to all those jobs when it came down to the stimulus plan? Where are the results of those jobs? We know every day more and more people are being laid off. More and more people are losing their homes. More and more people are having to make a decision between getting their prescription drugs and eating. We see that around our country. We see that around our community. And yet we're not holding people accountable. We have a golden opportunity to make a tone and send a message out this fall. Those individuals who have said that they want to run for office in our community, what I call the nonpartisan partisan races, we have a responsibility to help them. We have a responsibility to get them elected. Then we have a responsibility to hold them accountable. And I don't take that statement lightly, because I think one of the things that a couple of our candidates have said, that we forget we the people means we the people. And that if we want our elected officials to do right, we have to hold them accountable. As the old saying is, inspect what you expect. Don't just say that I got you elected and then walk away and wait for them to come back in 2 to 4 years. You have to make sure that they're doing the things that follow along with our party principles. And I talk about the party principles because, believe it or not, nowhere else in the state do they recite the party principles on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, most counties have never seen the party principles. Now let me tell you why that's important. Because everybody wants to talk about conservatism. Yet for however many Republicans we have out here right now, we get a separate definition of conservatism. But the party principles are just like the 10 Commandments. They're consistent. I don't care what Bible you look at. I don't care what state you're in. The principles stay the same. And we need to recognize that those principles are built on a clear foundation and consistency. When we talk about the 912 project, and first time Ryan came to one of our meetings, he looked at the principal and said, that's pretty much the same thing that we had. Didn't you say that, Ryan? Sure. So we've got to do a better job of communicating that message out, letting people know what our party stands for. And then if you look in this room right now, we've got some diversity. Not everybody agrees on everything with everybody else. And that's okay. That's what this party is about. But we all believe in the fundamental principles of our party. And not everybody's of the same age group and from the same economic status. But we all agree on the fundamental principles of the Republican Party. And that's very important, because that becomes the baseline and the foundation for building. If you've ever been on the beach, and I'm sure most of you have, you don't build a house on the beach. assuming that the storm is never going to hit and the waves are going to come. You always build a foundation that's solid. Prepare for not a matter of if, but when the storm is going to hit. And I will tell you right now, Latessa and I have been through some storms. That's the reality. But this county has been through some storms too. And now we have an opportunity to see as things start settling down, that what are we going to do now as a county party? What are we going to do to send a message to the rest of the world that things are not going to be the way they were? Because see, if you always do what you've always done, you always get what you always got.
Same result.
And I don't know about you, but I want to see a difference. Right? We've got to recognize that we can't talk about traditionally we've done this. Traditionally we've lost. And I don't know about you, but that's not a tradition I want to continue. Does anybody have a problem with that? No. We've got to start recognizing these things and call them out for what they are. And all our candidates and elected officials that may be out here, I'm holding you accountable. Because see, no longer is it acceptable to say you got an R next to your name and therefore I'm supposed to turn a blind eye. I'm saying that to you as the state vice chairman. I'm saying it to you as the county chairman. I'm not turning a blind eye because you have an R next to your name and you're doing something that goes against the principles of our party. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the wrong person. And the reality of it is, I was elected for 2 years and I ain't going no place. So I'm saying it right now. Make it very clear that we have to start holding our own people accountable. We have to start being the party of yes. We have a better way. We can't just talk about the budget failed and Governor Perdue is not doing the right thing. We have to present a better budget. We have to present better things. We have to talk about why Leicester should have its own and shouldn't be annexed to Woodford. We've got to talk about why it should be this way and not that way. Because right now the perception is the average person that all we are is a party of no, a party of whiners, a party of complainers, a second party, or second-class citizens. And we've got to change that. We have that responsibility within us. We have that opportunity within us. And we've got to do those things now. We don't have 2010. Let me remind some people, because not everybody's heard me say this. Next year, we've got 184 races in this state to be concerned about, not just one. Everybody likes to talk about Senator Berg or the senatorial race, and that's all well and good. But we've got 13 congressional races we've got to be concerned about. We've got 120 House seats, NC House seats to worry about, not just one. And we've got 50 NC Senate seats, not just one. We have a responsibility. And that means that we've got to be engaged and we've got to put some money behind this, not just talk. We've got a 1.9 million registered Republicans in this state. Imagine if we could get all of them to give $10. Just $10. That's what, 2 cappuccinos? 2 beers at the bar? What is that? $10. If we could have 1.9 of all registered Republicans, just the Republicans in the state of North Carolina give $10. Imagine what we could do. Right now our state budget is $600,000. Imagine that. 50,000 registered Republicans in the state of North Carolina, I mean in Buncombe County. And we asked for $100 from 2,000 of them, 2,000 families. If we had 2,000 families to give $100, what is it that we couldn't do in this county? And yet we struggle to get people to give $5 for this event. This is better than last year. Everybody remember last year? It was kind of rainy.
Yeah.
If you look around, not everybody has always been willing to be in the same environment that's in this environment. Would everybody agree with that?
Yep.
See, we've come a long way in a short amount of time. Imagine what we can do if we make that contagious throughout the state. See, I don't care that we don't agree on everything, because my wife and I don't agree on everything, but I ain't going to let y'all talk about it. That's just the reality.
Amen to that.
We wouldn't dare.
That's just the reality. So I'm not concerned that we don't agree on everything. What I want to focus on is what we do agree on. And that means that we have an opportunity right here in this county to set a precedent. A precedent that's crying out. We have many counties in this state, a minimum of 30, that don't even have a website. Don't have a website. We've got many counties in this state that don't have $100 in their treasury. So you have to understand where we are. And we're over $10,000. See, most of you don't understand how far we've come. So you really don't appreciate where we are, so you can't have an idea about where we're going. We're going in the right direction. And while there may be those that want to be cynical about it and say, well, this and that and that and this, the reality of it is we're a whole lot better than a whole lot of counties. And you need to give yourselves a round of applause for that, because it's because of you, not because of me.